Hi Suraj.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to Adgully Showbiz. So we have Suraj with us from Kesari Veer. So Suraj, first of all, congratulations for your comeback. Big comeback, I must say.
Thank you.
You're making a big comeback with Kesari Veer. What drew you to this story, especially the role of Hamirji Gohil?
So, firstly, I always wanted to play a warrior character in my life. Many actors say that it is very rare that they get offered a role of a warrior.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that this film in my career would come much later.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was offered to me at the right time, and it was such a good script and such a good character. And it is for such a noble cause also, for awareness or for the audience to know what our warriors, unsung warriors have done for their country and for their people and for their religion and for their families.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So this film is rooted in the history and culture. How did you prepare mentally and emotionally to portray a such heroic and iconic figure?
So I had visited the Somnath Temple. That's when I learned about Veer Hamirji Gohil.
Mm-hmm.
When I was offered the film, I spent a lot of time with my producer first, and then I spent a lot of time with my director. They helped me get into the character as much as they could, and it really helped me as an actor to understand what people back then were going through and what the emotions were and why the Somnath Temple was so close to everyone's heart at that time, you know. And Veer Hamirji Gohil was a pure Shiv Bhakt, and I've also been a pure Shiv Bhakt since childhood. So I think it just was very organic of how I felt like him. Maybe whatever contribution I have done to his character, I hope I make justice to it. So it was not that difficult because I had such a good team around me.
Absolutely. Like you underwent a physical transformation for this role. We can clearly see that. Can you walk us through your fitness journey for Kesari Veer?
The fitness part was not difficult because I've always been in that kind of a shape since childhood. That was not the tough part. For me, the tough part was getting the acting part right, getting the feelings correct, getting the emotions right, getting the dialogues right, because it's a period film. Though the director wanted it to be more of a universal Hindi so that everyone understands, not too much into Sanskrit and or too much into preaching in the period Hindi language. But as much as I could do the scenes and as much as I could rehearse my lines and do the scenes and feel the emotion, that was the tough part for me. Action and the physical part was the easy part for me.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So we have heard you have learned the sword fighting for the film. What was the experience like and how intense was the training?
I actually learned sword fighting not for the film.
Okay.
I had learned sword fighting when I had gone to Manipur. I was in Imphal in a stadium called Kuman Lampak. So that's when I was doing my martial arts.
Okay.
That's where I did my taekwondo, and that's where I did wushu. Wushu also has weapon training. So that's where I had my base training, and then here it was talwar pakdo and action. You know, it was just that.
Okay.
Literally.
So how many sequences you have done with the sword?
Oh,
a lot.
A lot. Entire war is sword fighting.
Okay.
Entire war.
So is it the real fight or the?
No, we are using a real sword.
Oh.
Of course, when there's a connect to the body, so of course
absolutely.
won't leave. But we were using a real proper sword. This one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So you debuted with Artha.
Yes.
And now you're working with a father, Suniel Shetty. What experience been like?
It's been an entire circle because Athiya worked with my father in her first film. And I'm working with Sunil sir for my fourth film. Always wanted to work with Sanjay Dutt or Jackie Shroff or Suniel Shetty. I've always wanted to work with actors like that. And it's a dream come true. And he's been very, very supportive since the beginning. Before even this film happened, we were always in touch, you know.
Okay.
And he's been a great inspiration and a very, very supportive mentor, I would say.
So, was there a particular scene or moment in the film that was especially memorable or emotionally?
I have an action sequence with Sunil sir when me and him are doing, me and him are fighting each other.
Okay.
It's not put in the trailer. I wish it was, because it's a very good sequence. It's where we are, हमारा कुश्ती है साथ में. So that is one memory that I will not forget.
Okay. Okay. So, this movie carries a strong culture and a patriotic theme. What message do you hope audience take away from it?
I hope the audience understands what our protectors, our warriors went through, and how today what we are is because of them standing for us. The same way today the soldiers are standing for us. So
Absolutely.
that time they were called warriors, today they are called soldiers, but it's the same thing, you know. Today we are at peace because of people like Veer Hamirji Gohil and our army. So it's a great inspiration to be there for your loved ones, to be there for your family, to protect for the right. And they will get to learn a lot about our history through the film.
So, what's next for you after Kesari Veer? Are you planning to stick with the action package role or explore the other genre too?
I would like to explore everything. Of course, action is my forte. I've trained for that, and maybe physically I look like that. But I would love to do a nice romantic film.
Okay.
Yeah, like a out and out heartbreak romantic film, maybe.
We would love to see that.
Yes. Hopefully.
Okay. If you could take one co-star with you in a SWOT fight, who would it be? Suniel Shetty or Vivek Oberoi?
SWOT fight.
Yeah.
Of course, Vivek sir, because he knows how to handle the SWOT really well, and have had a very great combat sequence with him. So of course him.
Okay. What's your go-to cheat meal after a long day of shoot intense action scenes?
Oh, maybe ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah, I love coconut and mango ice cream.
Historic drama or romantic comedy?
Historic. If you would ask me historic drama or romantic, then I would choose romantic. But romantic comedy, nahi, historic.
Okay. So, early morning workout or midnight gym?
Early morning workout.
Okay. Too hard to wake up early.
No, early morning. My early morning is maybe I go to the gym at
4.
10. No.
Okay.
No. 4. 10, 10:30, 11, sometimes even 12. I mean, I like training in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, in the night, if I train, I will not get sleep.
Okay. Sword or shield?
Shield, because first you need to protect yourself before taking the decision to hurt somebody else.
Yeah. Okay. Complete the sentence. If I weren't acting, I'd probably...
Maybe I'd be in sports, or I also actually wanted to join the army. So I would have been either a sportsman or I would have been in the military.
Okay. Was it tough balancing both physical prep and emotional depth required in the character?
It was just physical for me was very easy. Entire film was very easy, but it was the scenes and it was the emotion and the feelings that I had to portray. I hope you get to see it.
Sure. How much did you knew about history of the Somnath Temple before taking it up, and what do you discover during the process?
When I visited Somnath, I never knew that it was invaded by the Mughals many times.
Mm-hmm.
And Hamirji Gohil is just one of the Veers who had protected the Somnath Temple. So I learned that they tried to break the Somnath Temple many times, but till today we still stand strong over there in Gujarat. I learned a lot about the people, and Somnath Temple is the first Jyotirling.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And so I got to learn like basic things like that. Yeah.
Okay. So we have seen that you have done a little bit bulking for this role or movie. So what are the tips that you have taken for do the bulking? And
No, I was always like this.
Yeah.
Only bulk I put on the hair. Khali baal badhane mein time lagya hai. But now I don't feel like cutting it like you see.
It's good.
Yeah. She's touching her hair.
Mine is okay.
Yeah.
So give me one tip for this is the personal question for losing some weight.
Some losing weight.
Yeah.
I mean, sugar is the main thing. Jo aap chai bhi peete ho, that's also heavy sugar. I mean, I would just say sugar is the main thing that you should avoid. Try eating before 4 or 5 hours before you sleep. That's it.
Would you like to comment on Operation Sindoor or whatever consequences going on in the country right now? Do you want to comment on that?
I just want to say
You
that
just mentioned in your answer previously about the army.
I just hope that the right people get the right answer. Our soldiers are there, and I pray that each and every soldier survives
Yeah.
because they also have a family.
Yeah.
I just pray for every individual that is not involved be safe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.